Until 10, you're damn near unkillable.
So I animate dead, right?
Okay.
And I
If
have
you
to
have
cast a
rage
spell
beyond
every day to
death.
keep them under my thrall.
Correct.
Can I just dismiss them?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't recast it and they fall back to inanimate condition.
Okay, they don't remain animated and then turn on.
No, that comes later.
Okay.
That comes later. That comes later in your backstory.
Yes.
When all the evil that you sowed into the land starts to try to consume you.
Oh, right.
Question.
Uh-oh.
Can I'm just asking this as a DM to DM. Can you make a Blood Hunter Warforged?
Yeah.
Blood Hunter what?
Warforged.
No, because you need blood.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't. Well, yeah, you could. You just have to flavor the oil or the grease or the
Exactly.
liquid of its body.
And then, because I brought this up to somebody who I was going to play a game with, and I'm like, I want to play a Warforged Blood Hunter. And he's like, wait, what? Do you mean yes? You're going to turn into a mechanical werewolf? Yes.
Well,
fucking
that's
love it.
if you take that route.
That was because
Yeah.
I was making a character that was level 8.
Yeah. If you take the lycanthrope route of the Blood Hunter,
yeah, I was like,
most people that play Blood Hunter in my games go Ghost. They go the
I like
Ghost Order.
Yeah, I played one where it was lycanthrope Goliath.
Oh, I should play a Goliath next year.
Okay,
Fun.
this is what we should do.
so
Hey, this is what we should do. Because this is
One
what I
of
was
the
thinking.
best things is
If I
that
play-
racial
if I
trait where
play
they're like,
half
oh, that's gonna hurt a bit. I'm gonna reduce that a bit. Goliath, they can
Okay.
Stone's endurance.
Except-
That's
You
what
a new
they-
Master Blaster?
They take a D12 off
And
their
then you're like, you don't want me to take this back.
once per one.
I'll just be wrapped in the backpack. It'll be like, okay, so this
It's
is
a
what
grenade. Take
this
it
is
off.
what this is what it's gonna be,
Oh yeah.
Jason. This is what it's gonna be.
Okay.
She's gonna play a Goliath, and then she's gonna keep me like in a papoose like thing on her back,
So
tied
people
in,
think you're like a baby.
and
Baby
then
Bajon?
and then
You don't want me to take
It'll-
this off.
because the halfling's gonna be like so tribal and wild. He'll have like his teeth sharpened,
So it's a
and so he'll just be
Wait, Ace Ventura, the second one?
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, that'll be that guy, and then like he sets him down. She'll just set me down and untie the bag, and I'll jump out.
Throw it like a grenade.
Yeah.
It's like when you start doing, I'm like, that's gonna be that Aborigine guy just popped in my
Yeah,
head.
that. Well, no, I was totally thinking of the cross between that and Master Blaster.
So then, what should my character? Carry
Ranger. Goliath Ranger.
Goliath Ranger.
There's your animal companion.
Yeah.
What does it have? Like, the rabbit. Has?
Yeah, you just like
there you go.
throw rats at me so I can eat.
I mean, you can be a Gloomstalker.
I'll never be in a tavern. I'll just like go out and like hunt rats and kill them and eat them and then sleep in the mangers and stuff.
My Monday night character is a Woodstocker Ranger.
That'll be so fun.
Or even just a.
I'll like drink out of the gutter and stuff.
Just be, something very.
Snow fighter.
I'll drink out
I've
of the
always
horse
thought
troughs.
one
and
of the
stuff.
funniest combinations was I had a friend who played a Goliath sorcerer. Yeah.
Wow.
Big motherfucker.
Big fucking glass cannon.
Exactly.
All right.
I asked him, like, why did you
Hey,
choose?
Colette, you can come
Sorcerer.
this way a little bit.
And he told me, like,
Ivar, go to the right a little bit.
Oh,
Ivar, go to the right a little bit. Ivar, go to the right a little bit. Bill, go to the right a little bit.
I'll play
There
a
we
wild
go.
magic
Problem solved.
barbarian,
Oh, yeah.
and then you can play a mage, and then I can help you. It'll be like a symbiotic relationship.
I did. I
You can live in this stomach. You like have a
Oh.
pouch. You can
No, it'll be like
be
Quatu.
like a king.
Like a quad.
No. What's what that?
She'll have a baby Bjorn. She'll have a baby Bjorn on her
No, that
front.
episode of X Files with the twin that lived inside. crawls.
I like
out
the
of it.
human leech in the sewer. Remember that episode freaked me
I
out.
cannot use
Which one's
porta
that?
potties forever.
I
Wait, what was
know.
that one?
For
It
what-
was like
for
first
what
or second
On
season.
which thing?
X-Files.
X-Files.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Remember that one? It was
He made the
all
cocoon.
white with blue pale eyes and like the leech
Or is that,
mouth.
what about the guy that made the cocoon?
Oh yeah, that was creepy too.
And he would like
there were some
hibernate.
episodes in X-Files that freaked me
No,
out.
there were some really good.
Outer
episodes.
Limits and X-Files were just
No.
Once we're done with
creepy.
Hogwarts. Or
Should play
Okay.
SCP.
Okay.
Yeah, have you ever heard SCP?
You got to listen to that, dude. SCP.
Yeah, it's
Gotta listen to it,
secure,
dude.
contain, protect, and it's a massive
Cryptids.
cooperative writing thing.
Is
Oh,
this
really?
a podcast?
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
an
it's just a
online
bunch of different
thing.
writers. Or?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
and
but
there's
it's
all
rules.
on-
It's
there's
like
rules. You have to-
it's like you write it as a redacted report. You know, SCP-37.
So
54 is a
SPC's
brick. Anyone who touches it, every subject who touches it, this happens. Blah 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 blah.
Oh,
Doctor
that's-
so and so redacted. Blah
that's
blah blah.
funny.
And then
Yeah.
and it's amazing. There's this guy that does podcasts of just specific instances, and it's so entertaining. And it's so fucked up. He does one about
it's
the
very much Cthulhu.
Ah, okay.
yeah. He does one
Yeah,
about
it's
the
a lot of
Habsburgs,
cryptids.
and it's
Oh,
Oh,
interesting.
fucked up. They
Interesting.
mutate into something different, like.
That's
No,
cool.
Jaws,
I'll have to check this
Jaws.
out.
Oh,
It's awesome.
Post it in the Discord channel for
Okay.
me when you get a chance. That's awesome.
It's super cool.
So,
All right.
where we last left off, the team had made it to the tree and the hideout with the airship there, but they noticed it was abandoned and they found evidence of some catastrophic event. They also found a summoning circle, which linked it possibly to something being summoned from another dimensional existence or plane of existence, brought into possibly, we learn later, to capture the ward and the ward's child that is with them as well, the elf and the human child. However, the team, not knowing this yet, follow a trail that was left behind and discover the entrance to Bastion, Nightshade's particular place she falls back to when everything goes to hell. Making it to Bastion, you guys make your way inside, and here you begin to learn a little bit more about the cargo that she's currently in the process of trying to sell off to an Eric Cochran, who goes by the name of Andromeda, or Andre for short, located in Sundered. She was the middle person negotiating the sale of the cargo between Nightshade and a particularly influential person within Sundered. We also discovered that Belfry was actually a female goblin that carried a curse that forced her to become a bat. Here, Maggot, not overly wild about that, killed her.
After finding out that he slept with her.
Unfortunately, he looked at his
Yeah.
arms that had been chewed and nibbled on and scratched over many years of being with Belfry, only to find out the curse had finally been passed on with the death of the original cursed victim. We also began to understand that the bat trainer was probably the ward of a bunch of bats that were actually all goblins, and was possibly the sireling of all the different lycanthrope bats and goblins. However, currently, you guys are in the main ground floor. 3 of you are. I believe... Oh, shit. Sorry, everybody. I should probably change names really quick.
Am I still?
You're still Jade.
Yeah.
So let me get Talia up there. That is funny. I was in such a hurry. I knew whenever I'm in a hurry, I'll forget something. Maggot.
As long as it's not Sebastian.
Hey, look, it only happened once.
Oh no, it'll happen again. Baruch.
BA-RU, okay.
BA dash are you okay? Yes, I am. And then hands and Alva and hands.
Are your hands surprising?
Yes. No, my fingers are cracking again.
That would be the cold weather.
Want some coconut oil?
No, skin crack.
Yeah, it gets bad where it's like.
Yeah, the cold does that to my skin. That's why I refuse to wear flip flops in the winter. Really bad for your feet.
Surprisingly,
Huh.
my feet do
I
okay
gotta
though.
talk to my helm.
But that's the only kind of shoe I
I gotta
wear.
talk to my helm.
I wear flip flops in the winter all the time.
Oh, it's the
that,
worst.
Oh,
that explains it a lot now.
Yeah, it's the worst. It dries out your heels, and your heels crack like a tire. So with that, Talia and I believe one of the halflings,
Alva was working on was trying to decipher that paper she found.
yes, working on the cipher. But Hans, Baruch, and Talia are currently watching the small girl that the ward is.
Baruch went up to the.
Did you go with
They went
Taki?
up to the
Yes, I
library.
did.
Okay. Oh,
No,
okay.
Maggot's down there in the form of
A ladle.
something.
Well, he's under the effect of the
Almost
narcotics, so
late.
he's coming in and out of kind of like magical existences as he's currently high as fuck. But Taki and Baruch head up towards the library. Talia and Hans are over with the child ward.
Well, no, that Alva went over towards the child to start deciphering, and then Hans went up to go see if he could tweak.
Okay, I'm
tinker
completely
workshop.
lost then
It's okay.
because last I remember, 3 of you were watching the girl draw.
Yeah, that
That's
was
that's the end of the recording.
Alva was there. She
Okay.
was deciphering.
But there was
Hans-
3 of you there, but he wasn't one of the 3.
I was
Yeah.
there.
You were there, and
Alva.
2 others were there.
Hans went up. He went to go
Nightshade?
tinker with.
He went to the Hans went to the workshop.
No, because Nightshade went to go do something else.
Yeah, I said I was going to the.
Okay, I think I missed that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought you
Okay.
were part
No,
of
okay,
them
I was-
watching her
I
write
was
in the
downstairs still with them. I hadn't gone to the library yet, and I had requested that, the total memory recall thing, and I got that book.
We all
That's
got
right.
sidetracked with
And
magic
then
scores.
book. Yeah.
we ended up naming the girl.
cocaine.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Where bat.
Yeah, because my notes were a little bit more refined, but I think you guys had in your minds different things you wanted to do, but I don't think we actually finished with you doing those
Because
things.
we got sidetracked with maggot scores.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Yes,
Yeah,
your horse.
yeah, because you
I'm not making any money off of them, so they're not my horse.
Someone
You're
Your
else's-
requested-
someone else's horse.
Sorry, the prostitutes that
The
you
horse
chose.
that you requested. We got sidetracked with the horse that you requested.
Okay, that's that. Thank you for context.
You're welcome.
And the
That
drugs you
tracks.
barely had a chance to try.
So you have the memory recall book.
Yep.
And you're heading up towards the library.
Yes. And
Okay.
I had a couple questions. about
You're heading up as well
Yeah.
with Taki?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 of you are going up the same lift going towards the library. So 2 of you are currently together.
Hans went to go tweak his weapons because she said he was allowed to go anywhere. So he
Right.
wanted to see-
So he wants to go look for a workshop. I remember that. And Alva is deciphering.
the paper that they found.
Okay. And then Talia is keeping an eye on Maggot, but while also keeping an eye and starting a conversation with the Elven Ward and the small human child, which you guys had decided to name Cassandra because she didn't have a name. Because you felt that cargo should have names.
I don't like calling her cargo.
I forgot.
Cargo and Carget.
Cargo, Carget.
Cargo and car stop.
So with you 2 going up to the library,
On the list, Baroque. I am going to be working on memory recall.
Good, because yours is pretty much shit compared to mine.
And here's the thing. Things are coming to light that it may not be a good thing for me to get my memory back. Apparently you've been with me for a long time. This is the deal I'm going to make. My priority is getting you your memory back. You will decide whether I should get my memory back or not.
What if I decide to kill you?
Then we come to that.
I already talked about that, boss.
that's come up before.
I'll make sure that,
I might deserve it.
probably do.
Trying to say that.
Hans is coming up the other lift, and you're watching these 2 come up the lift across from you. They go further up. You kind of like watch them exchange words and talk, but you can't quite make out what they're saying. And finally, yours comes to a stop.
Oh wait, no, he's wearing. You just see the mask on him, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just the black.
And you can't read my lips because I don't have any.
that's fair.
So
And you
there's
just-
not really much notice of me.
yeah, you know, you just watch them
Yeah.
kind of like, you can tell that they're conversing, but you don't really pick up on anything. You watch as their lift keeps going up to the library that's further up. Yours stops. Doors slide open, and you have access to a full workshop. Small smithy, like tinkering tools, workbench, basic supplies, basic pieces of things to use for tinkering. It would be the equivalent of an advanced tinkerer's shop is what you run into.
So it's like, even though like it'd be impossible to hear, you can just feel that sense of glee just coming down from them.
Ah, God,
Oh,
why
no,
is
they
it so
hear
bright
it.
over there?
No, just
Oh, it's the
absolute-
shine off.
Knowing
of
them, they
Hans's
hear it.
head.
You mean there's a mishmash of two popular songs coming from down upstairs and
He's
with
just gonna
dancing?
go gleefully in there and just like, I can work on things.
What do you want to work on?
I want to see if we can add something into the arms, like I know maybe like put a plate or something on to see if we can make it more.
Make
sturdy.
the armor more, or is it like actually give it a possible armor class? Give me investigation for starters as you look for parts. Oh, Ghirardelli chocolate is good. I only ever eat their dark chocolate because it's almost sour. Like, it's just perfect.
So 19.
19. You come across some leather hide and metal laminate plates that look like they can be manipulated and possibly turned into something. Give me a wisdom check as you try to assemble what you think the parts are that you need.
I'm pretty sure.
And you're a dex-based character, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not that smart. Yeah, wisdom.
Sunny?
Okay, 15.
15. You struggle finding all the parts, but you find all the parts you can find. Copper rivets, copper wire. You find metal bands and adhesives in different like chemical jars. And you put everything together that you think you need, and you begin to draw out the diagram, the idea of your build, which comes together pretty nice. But to see if you can lower the DC, give me a performance check.
It's like a genie.
Those are
You just ask to see the mask to
Look at
have.
that. So it's
What does Swedish
19
fish
minus
taste
1,
like?
so 18.
I'm
18.
assuming they're cinnamon.
You do a pretty good job drawing out the diagram. What do you want to call them?
Onus.
Because I was
Like strawberry ass. Like,
because originally I was
Extra
they were just
tart
used
anal
as
strawberry
decoys.
licorice.
So
let's go with that.
and
Get-
arms.
Keep in mind, these are things you're adding on to them. So the devices you're making are being added onto the arms. Those you can call because
That's it.
you can name them
Bags of dark and then.
because they can be removed from the arms too.
We're just gonna call them like add-ons, just like literally like ATD add-ons.
Okay. Give me a dex. Give me a dex check. Roll a d20, add your dex modifier, and begin assembling your room, your equipment.
Just opening the bag.
16 plus 5.
Wow.
So 21.
Oh, a little sour.
You said yeah, dexterity.
Oh my
plus
god.
Freeze-dried sour skittles.
They're always dangerous.
All the candy's gone around the table.
Oh yes.
It's just bags of branded candy just flying around the table.
Unbranded.
Sorry.
Oh,
We
man.
forgot the duct tape.
Oh, I don't care.
It goes around. Hold on, man. Maybe I get scissors or a
Yeah.
knife.
So, I
So-
don't have to worry about these, me staring off into invisible things with these.
Well, Hans is working on tinkering and finishing up. That'll take most of the rest of the day for them. Alva is beginning to investigate the piece of paper.
That was the one that was in the captain's quarters.
Correct.
The chick whose house we're in right now?
Yes.
Her quarters?
I mean, she's curious.
Start with investigation.
Back it up. There's 20 plus 3, so 100.
I've forgotten how
23.
good freeze-dried Skittles are.
The quality of the paper is suspicious.
How good freeze-dried Skittles
It
are.
looks like
Crap.
it's designed to be heated up, and it will reveal the information once it's heated up.
If it is a candle or right, she's gonna go over and just kind of like lightly just kind of move it around.
Give me a sleight of hand while you do it. Oh no, I'm good.
Oh. You all right there?
Which ones? The sours?
Oh,
Sour Skittles?
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, sour Skittles are good.
10 plus 3.
It briefly catches on fire. And you have to put it out, but now there's a scorch burn through the center of the page.
Or like any of the lettering showing at all, or
No, it
Like,
feels
how
like you have to get
ask
it
the
just
captain.
like right. It's like the light and the heat at a certain range should reveal lettering.
she'll put it away for right now. Maybe she'll try to figure out a way to fix that.
Okay.
Little scorch mark.
Maggie, give me Constitution save, please.
Flower pot.
13.
13.
A whale who's falling.
You look over from where you're watching Cassandra draw in the journal, and drawing at a master level, of course, with the ward kind of just watching as well, not really thinking about the implications. But you look over, you watch as Maggot sits up. His eyes are all blurry, but he's sweating profusely. And as he stands up, he's like, oh, it's hot. He starts taking off all his clothes.
My wing in front of the
And there's
A
just
white goblin
there's
son?
just a naked goblin in his like boots, his sneaker boots, his hat, and nothing else. And just dirty dangles walking.
Clean dangles. Clean.
No, they're
Clean
clean now,
dangles.
remember?
Oh yeah, they're clean now.
No bumps, no lumps.
In his very high, sweaty, hallucinogenic effect, what do you think is the first thing you would think about at this point?
He's probably hot. He probably wants to like jump in the water or something.
Okay.
Probably
You
of
think
a
about
nice
like your
pool.
favorite like pond at
Yeah.
Takit's residence,
Right.
and you look over and you watch as these double doors kind of slide open, and it's just nothing but water on the other side, and you just kind of wander towards it, and the doors shut behind you.
Okay.
hope he doesn't drown.
There's like rivulets of water coming from underneath the door on the other side.
He doesn't even jump in. He's just like, oh.
I was wrong. The note was from the belt. I had to recheck my notes. The note was from the goblin belt that I took for goblin, not goblin. The
Ward?
yes.
Mhm.
The ogre
Or a
belt.
couple,
Ogre.
there were a couple notes that you have.
Well, there was one that she took off the hobgoblins that were sent to assassinate Takit, and
There was
The
another one I got from the
other
golden
guy.
bird.
Yep.
And the golden bird, and then
And
the
then
other
there
one
was
was from the beastie. I took his belt, and there was a note in it.
yep, that was the ogre, I believe, over.
I believe there was one that you got off of the boat, out of the drawer.
No, there's a
Under
stack.
Under the
On the
bottom.
stack.
Yeah, there was like.
I thought those were just maps.
Oh no, there was
Yeah.
one that was taped underneath the bottom of a drawer that you retrieved. But I don't think you've actually looked at that one yet.
It was the Wi-Fi password.
Dirty Dangles, boys. That's the Wi-Fi
It's the
password.
password. It's the password to her ship.
Yep.
That's how she flies it.
So while you're kind of standing next to the Elven Ward and Cassandra, who's sitting on the couch, the sitting area, and she's just drawing. But she's continuing to draw that pictures already exist. So she's applying like more detail, more information, but they're strangely prophetic looking drawings. Like one is two people talking. They appear to be two orcs talking to each other. And in the background, you could see a dragon in flight. The next one she starts working on is an image of one of the Aarakocran landmasses completely engulfed in flame.
Can I tell which one?
You can give me insight or history.
The one that Maggot's going to visit. It's just crashing into the earth.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Surprised it's not purple.
It seems like it could be one of two. It's either
Cheers.
Wyndham or Atmo.
It won't go back.
How do you spell
Pull
wisdom?
this out.
Windom. Wyndham.
Dude, it's a setting. Okay, there you go. Now swivel is on. Now you can recline.
Alright.
Without creaking. Old man back.
I felt like I was in one of those like Al Qaeda punishment chairs. You know?
You've been in one before.
Everyone has that. In grade school? These
You
levels have
feel
the
like
fronts
you
again.
are in something that you name that assumes you've been in it before. You should pull your dossier, figure out what's going on.
You
It
should.
One of
was
those high
two
school
ogres
desks.
talking.
It's two orcs.
Orkies.
There are two one of the image she's working on is two orcs talking. They appear to be of nobility class because of the clothes they're wearing. They seem to be talking in a marketplace. And in the horizon behind them, you can see the outline of a dragon that she drew. The next one is either Atmo or Wyndham crashing and on flame, like just burning like a comet.
Crashing too, not just on flame.
Yeah, like it's plummeting.
Okay.
As it, and you see she's drawn. She's
a
like
missile.
she drew like a crowded group of people running in panic. So it's like a disaster scene that she's drawn. The next one she's currently working on is a series of shadowy images that seem to be meeting in some kind of darkened place and having a secret meeting. There's maybe about a dozen of them. But they're so well drawn that she keeps going back amongst the three different images. The ward looks over to see you kind of watching her. We believe she's prophetic. She gets visions in her mind and she draws them out. Ever since we arrived here through the portal, she's been finding herself forced to have to make these drawings.
Forced.
Of her own mind. She does it without really wanting to stop or without really wanting to try. And you notice that she's got this very kind of like passive look on her face. She's focused. She's drawing. It's not like she's paying attention to anything other than what she's drawing. You two stop at the library, step off, the doors slide open, as you remember seeing Nightshade in there before. The library itself is a short 20-foot deep room with a couple sitting chairs to the right and to the left, and then a celestial emptiness in front of you. You watch as a kind of globe of energy pulses out, and it starts to pulse. It doesn't talk, but you hear it in your mind. What can I look for the two of you today? What do you require?
The room talking?
It's a globe.
The globe?
One moment, please.
It's telepathic.
Hello, Siri.
Yeah.
Lisa. I would like to spend a few moments looking at the potion book and thinking about if I could make it and how long it would take if I had all of the ingredients.
Give me an investigation check as you start looking through the book. He sits in one of the chairs, starts studying the book that he had in his hand. What do you want to do?
I'm going to think to the globe. Bring me a book about souls
17.
Okay.
and spirits.
The globe pulses briefly of like a green and yellow kind of ambient and like pulses back into the kind of like celestial and it's almost like you're looking at a window plated view of the astral sea, just celestial heavens curling off, stars winking in and out of existence. It's very strange looking, but within a matter of a few minutes it returns, and 2 books are placed kind of telepathically and telekinetically in front of you. You grab them. One book is called The Heavens Have No Souls, and the other book is called Spirituality of the Prophetic Soul. Globe kind of sits there hovering, waiting.
Thank you.
Goes back in. So you're reading up on elixir that you come across. The elixir requires the basic components of a greater restoration effect, but there is a rare component that allows you to alter that effect into a memory restorative elixir. Unfortunately, it requires a certain amount of blood from a creature called a roc, an R-O-C, a roc. A great winged beast that lives up in very high elevated mountain spaces. And supposedly a single dose of extracted rock blood will allow you to then use the alchemy ingredients that you see written in the book to then create the memory restorative elixir. But you also find sections of the book that talk about you could also potentially do it with a spell. If you could find a written spell of greater restoration, and then copy it over to a scroll, make some enchantment and magical alterations to it to kind of mimic kind of a remove curse effect and a greater restorative effect, which then should allow people to recall their memory upon completion of saying the spell. Both would require effort and time to construct.
Okay. Siri.
The globe comes out.
A book regarding werebats and curses about werebats.
Absorbs back into the celestial landscape behind it. Comes back in 4 minutes. 2 books hover out towards you. Lycanthrope and Their Cause. And the other book is Curses and Their Cause as well. These seem to be both books that describe for you information about it, as well as the kind of where they come from and how you can potentially deal with them if you come across them.
Yeah, we'll spend 1 hour, no more, researching that.
Okay, give me investigation.
I'm only worth an hour's of business.
1 hour?
At this point, yes.
No more.
No more. Dick!
11.
You don't know
11?
shit. You're high.
All the oatmeal I've eaten, and this is the things I get.
You're high, floating in some
You
sort of
got what you
cool
wanted. You got what you wanted. I'm just trying to
ocean
figure out how to
thing. Probably
minimize the negatives.
make
So
the water
11.
murky.
11.
Minimize
Okay.
the negatives. There's no negatives with maggot.
And I'll take notes. And
Yeah, you find a lot of the basic lore regarding lycanthrope. Almost all lycanthrope begins with what they call a sireling, or someone who's the original blood of the curse. They're the most powerful of the bloodline. Destroying that origin causes all subsequent folk linked to that bloodline to be destroyed. Unfortunately, the only way to make this work is at the same time that the original sire of the bloodline is killed At the same time, you cast Remove Curse on the individual. If you get the timing right, it removes the curse because the bloodline becomes so weak before they die. The curse is then removed.
Would a potion work?
Probably not.
Okay. Scroll?
No, this feels like, well, a scroll with the spell Remove Curse would work.
Yeah.
But it's more about the timing.
Yeah.
The death of the original sire, and then the utilization of Remove Curse to prevent the death of the person that's linked to the
Find
bloodline.
anything in there specifically about how to control when
We knock
the
him out.
metamorphosis happens?
Not that you could find, but then again, you could read some more maybe and see, because it is 2 books and you only spent an hour.
1 more hour.
1 more hour? Give me another investigation roll.
I'm worth 2 hours.
Same.
All we do is we knock.
Yeah,
him out.
you're
We knock the sire out.
you get through the first book and find nothing, but there's still the second book.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with that. And
Okay.
moving on to the recall
We're
spell.
not gonna look at the other book.
You're not gonna look at the second book?
By the
You
way,
can
while
take
he's-
them with you if you want to.
I can.
Yeah, you can
Well,
take the books
shit,
with
then
you.
they're going in my backpack.
Okay. Put them both in your backpack.
Okay.
Cool, I want to go on.
So that was the, what were they called?
Well, they're both basically the history, causality, and the cure for lycanthrope. One's lycanthrope, one's curses.
Okay. Now I'll start looking for the memory spells.
Okay.
Or the greater restore spells.
Okay.
Or whichever you'd said.
Globe reappears in front of you.
Why'd you make this
What can I find you?
Spells, memory restoration, and greater restore.
Fades back into the celestial heaven. Comes back with a single spell book. High level arcane restorative spells.
How high?
Powerful enough, maybe, until you start reading. You don't know.
Okay, I will research those, and I will also take that book.
Okay. Give me investigation as you begin to research that one. While he's doing all this, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna start with the heavens have no soul.
Okay. Give me investigation as you start reading through that. 22. Okay.
I want to find the book.
Stop
working with-
snowing on my screen, fucking deity.
I want to find the book working for asshole
You can
mages.
turn that off, I think.
Probably. You said investigation.
I want to find the book working for asshole mages. And I'm only gonna read it for 10 minutes.
16.
16. The book mostly focuses on celestial planes of existence. Supposedly, there are multiple celestial planes of existence, and that the idea of souls is the belief that when you die, you may either go to purgatory because your indifference causes you like the inability to move on, but it also means you're not necessarily captured by nefarious creatures or nefarious entities that might want to harness your soul for particular purposes. You also begin to realize that in some cases, celestial intervention could potentially cause greater beings to intervene when souls are either lost to purgatory or aren't meant for certain places of existence.
Yeah, that's going to the cleric. Just flop. Open up the other one.
Which is the other one?
Profanic Souls.
Prophetic Souls.
Okay.
The Prophetic Souls book
15.
15. The Prophetic Souls book seems to be written in a very kind of what you would probably consider philosophical perspective. It's written with the idea that prophecies that have a magical invocation could be tied to a soul. And sometimes these prophecies are designed to protect or hinder souls to either come back or to be utilized by celestial beings or other nefarious things. It's almost as if it's designed to kind of like protect the soul from danger or being used or harnessed. This particular book does mention a celestial plane of existence called the Aran. The plane of Aran seems to be a plane that kind of exists in between other celestial planes of existence. And within that plane, it's said to be a kind of its own kind of purgatory. That as celestial creatures begin to fight over your soul, whichever one wins is free to then harness the soul from the plane of Aran, spelled Arien. And it's the book reads in a very philosophical fashion.
Arien.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm gonna fuck it.
We're planning. Yes, no mind.
I'm drowning and deciding what I'm gonna do.
Close that book.
Chick.
Okay.
Hey Siri, is
It's all just more
The
clear.
globe comes out.
there a book for like traveling wizard rituals?
You watch as the globe goes in. Comes out with a book. Teleportation and you.
I meant more like for camping.
We just got to.
Comes out. Sorry, the memory of this place does not afford me an opportunity to retrieve this for you.
All right. Well, thanks anyway. Walk out.
Fades back in.
Start walking out of there. Like,
Okay.
stupid thing. Didn't even. I asked for a book for traveling rituals, and it gave me something on teleporting. It's a stupid thing. I say this out loudly as I walk out.
Leaving him behind because he's still
Yeah,
reading
and
through his
then I'm
books
going
at
to,
this
like,
point.
Take me to Hans.
Sliding doors. Inside, you see Hans busy at work, tinkering with the trench coat, some protective items.
You're doing a great job. Inspiration.
Hand me that. Hand me that. Uh-huh.
That would have been great, like when she was rolling.
I know, but she started.
Okay.
Can that work
And then
again
I'm-
if I roll again?
Oh, you rolled fine.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
gonna then kind of
just hang out, or are you gonna
look around.
Okay.
See, like, I'm so squishy.
Once again, it's not like there's finished items here. There's a lot of things that you can either potentially make into an item or augment a pre-existing item. Give me investigation as you start looking around.
All right. Guidance.
What do you get?
16.
16? What kind of armor do you?
4 plus
What
2.
kind of armor do you wear now?
I have
You wear leather.
leather. Yeah.
Okay.
You get the better leather, right? From the one store.
No, he got the feather.
He did, yeah. There are pieces and parts of things around that could possibly allow you to upgrade your leather to studded leather. If you wanted to work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that would improve your AC by one or
Like
two.
one.
By one.
1 or 2.
Give me intelligence as you try to assemble the components.
Oh, yeah, there's a great
Maybe
one.
want to hurt.
Okay, 15 plus 1 is 16.
Now give me a wisdom check as you begin to put all the parts together and figure out how to do this.
That's 16 plus 1, it's 17.
Nice. Do you want to try to sketch it all out? Because that'll help you lower the DC if you do.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a performance check.
Oh, that's it.
as you sketch it out.
You have it on there?
You sure you want to give me the performance check?
That's what I said. Performance.
Okay.
Okay,
All right, that's 18.
that'll lower the DC. You're charisma based.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a
Oh,
slide.
wait. I never. Correction. Because I never put in the ring
Right.
that added +5. Right?
To what? Your intelligence?
To my charisma.
Oh, to your charisma. Yeah.
Yeah. So my charisma's an 18. So
23.
yeah, because it doubles my proficiency.
Correct. Okay. Oh, what's a good charisma skill that you can check for this? What's your best charisma skill that you have?
Performance and persuasion.
Give me another performance check as you begin to assemble, manipulate, and work with the leather armor that you take off.
Guidance?
Sure. Guidance is fine too.
Because I give Hans armor, and then we got a bow. Okay, so Hans got the. Well, he got his own tech.
What'd you get?
17
I got a hand
Plus
cross. I got just
10.
a hand cross.
27?
+4.
I got the short sword of warrior.
Yeah, 31. That'll do it.
Got a ring of
It's not too bad for a low level roll.
Right.
So as long as you spend the rest of your time.
Oh, wait. Because I still need to equip it because it doesn't bump up my. So it's more like 30. It's in the mid 30s.
Yeah. So as long as you spend the rest of your time before your next long rest continuing to work on this, then you will have studded leather armor.
Okay.
Siri, may I request another book?
As you kind of get out of the overstuffed chair and stand up, the globe reappears.
May I request another book?
Of course.
Advanced Necromancy?
Comes out with a book.
Thank you.
The Written History of Danica.
Fuck.
Which means at some point Bastion's been there.
Who?
Bastion.
She did mention that she
place.
was there.
What?
Place
Oh,
we're
this
living
place.
This place is called Bastion. It's the collective.
Bastion.
Yes,
Oh
it's it is the collective knowledge of all the traveling this place has done. So while it didn't have any knowledge of that final request that he made, she did mention that she was familiar with the town of Danica. So this place has been either there or near there at some point.
And what was the title again?
The Written History of Danica.
It just ends one day in blood. And a bloody hand.
A bloody handprint with like his visage in the center of the hand.
Is there a way to lock
Met a
that
nice
book?
guy.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to lock that book
To lock it,
so that only I can open it?
if you could find a device to put it inside of, potentially.
Like a box of
It's a
water.
regular book otherwise. It doesn't have any kind of latch on it.
Request that. I mentally request a container that
lockbox.
I can.
The
keep that
The
fucking
globe
book in.
pulses out. You'll find that in the Things in Discovery room down below, floor 32.
Thank you. I go there.
It's just called the ring of the charisma ring.
Mhm.
We met a really nice man today in the village named Taki.
It has one function. You attune to it, and it
Oh,
gives you the ability to master the ship.
Oh,
And
That's all its
here.
function is. Yeah.
He says to meet all in the hall, all in the town hall tonight.
he's going to
at
feed
midnight.
us
That he's going to feed us,
Special
give us a
punch.
feast. We're invited to a feast.
food with special punch. Kool-Aid, he calls it.
Yeah,
He's wearing strange sunglasses.
yeah.
Calling himself Reverend to keep.
Too soon. Too soon.
No.
Maybe it won't be the recent history. Maybe it'll be the ancient history.
This
It
book
just
is
says the
covered-
written history of Danica.
How about the
Book is
Death Mill of
commemorating-
Danica? Is there's a book named that?
I don't open it, but yeah.
Maggot, you are now completely sober.
Oh, okay.
You've opened your eyes to realize you are in a very large spa.
Okay.
The water is kind of acrid, but not in a bad way. Kind of, you know how it has that like healthy kind of sulfur smell.
Mhm.
So it's
Not like eggs, but like sweet salt
Okay.
with a bit of like sulfuric kind of
the hot spring.
fart stuff. Yeah, like a very much like a hot springs. And it's maybe about 30 feet around, so it's good size. You can see ghostly entities that are floating in the nearby horizon, but you could also see that there's a wall that circles it as well. And you can see like robes hanging, towels folded, small end tables that could be brought over to the edge. It feels like a day spa, just like so you immediately take the effects of a long rest
All right.
for being in the spa waters. Nightshade Recovery Chamber is where you currently are.
All right. I grab a towel and I
Climbs in a back
put
to
my
tent.
hair up and I put a robe on. I put on the little fuzzy slippers
Half mud on your face.
and I'll go out into the main area.
Okay. So Taquito, you heading back downstairs?
I'm going to floor 32, discoveries and things.
Okay, you're going to that one. They're still up in the workshop for the rest of the evening. What does Alva want to do now that she failed completely to decipher the parchment? I mean, utterly failed, damaged it, probably ruined the main arc, and I have to rewrite everything. Just kidding. I just like to see it when she makes those faces.
Well, pretty much after that failed attempt, she's gonna grab some of the grub and then go up to her brother, make sure he's actually eating something.
Okay, you go and take food up to the workshop.
Yeah, we had the hero's feast, but does it completely fill us? Or I
No.
mean, we're going.
I mean, halflings can eat. They're like Labradors. They'll eat till their stomachs explode.
Don't let your stomach explode.
So you take some food up to the workshop where you eventually find your brother and kind of spend some time helping him and Baruch kind of work on their.
Tinkering.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless there's something that Alva wants to work on.
I kind of want to go and take.
And it is a full-fledged workshop.
No.
While it doesn't have finished projects that you can just pick up off the shelf, it's got everything you need to work on things.
When
Let's
she
just
walks
check out
in,
the-
Baruch's hammer away, but he's thinking, working in the coal mine.
Great. Now I want to watch heavy metal.
It's just that. Maybe can she try to tinker on the bow and the arrows?
Sure. Give me investigation as you start to look around for things that might be helpful.
Maggot walks out with a cat in a contraption for his cheesing.
Looks cheesy.
You must milk the cat first if you want to live.
Boobarella.
Yeah. I want to go to Boobland.
22. Oh my god. That scene in South Park where Kenny and him are both covered in cat piss and they're fighting a
in the
fake fight.
sandbox.
I just thought about like they got the
That scene is just so funny. So funny.
all I pictures.
You're not wrong.
Oh.
Drug use in a
So-
nutshell.
What you find are supplies for a bowstring. You also find reinforcement leather supplies. You get the
Very
feeling
nice.
that if you tinker with your bow, you may be able to add some range to it.
What was it?
Oh, hey, Alva. Inspiration.
Someone made flashcards. I'm so proud of you.
She's had them.
I had them for a while. I've been using them.
So proud of you.
Give me a wisdom check, please, as you begin to assemble the parts.
You have inspiration.
I felt like you've had your shit together for a while, and now I know how.
Wait. I mean, what's that? I think it's
Yeah,
actually
touch the big pretty gem.
Touch the big
Can I touch the bridge side of
I get my clothes back on. I want to go somewhere too when I get a chance.
Here, this is what you saw
I
the whole
think
time.
Whoa!
Now I can't wait to use this as a prop when they go. Maggot goes into a shop to pay for something. What do you got to pay for? He goes,
Yeah.
"Ugh, this.
You pull it out of your prison wallet?
Prison pocket.
It's worth more because it's a brown diamond.
I'm trying to make it give my dice tower.
No, it's not.
Happy
It's
juju?
a horrible dice tower.
Good juju.
It's
23.
It's a cursed
Plus
demon.
one more.
24.
24. Do you want to make a sketch of your design to lower the DC? I'll go right to it.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
No.
Sketch?
No.
Give me a
spent
performance
out.
check.
He spent the bad ones. There you go.
Still,
Now it's half and half. Next one's good.
I picked the two good.
No, don't waste the good one.
Or 6. 4.
Still 50.
Still.
Take the two shit ones.
Like I'm just again, I'm just
God,
I'm just like hip
Doing
check,
that-
doing a little
doing
hip
that
bump.
fucking bard shit.
Yeah, I'm doing my hip shake. Got it.
So,
Whatever you need it for.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
I got my new.
Because you are dex based, right?
I got my new
Goblin
goblin dice.
Oh really? Can I see one?
30%.
It's got a little goblin head in there.
Oh my god,
Whose dice is that? Yours?
that is
Bill got them for me for Christmas.
awesome.
Just now?
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah,
helps.
that helps.
works.
I don't have gum powers. I can't.
wow, you rolled a 1 too.
Did you just curse my goblin dice?
Probably.
Might have.
Probably.
Oh my god, it's hysterical. It looks like a Skittle. Where's the? Oh, there's the face.
Yeah. It's just a severed
Oh,
goblin
the
head.
face is like right underneath our inverted 13. That is hysterical. That's so you. That's Maggot. That's like totally Maggot.
21 altogether.
There you go.
18. And I hit
21 altogether?
The, I hit the. I hit. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Wait,
We're back.
did you give her a guy no, or was it
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Oh wait, no.
no
This is Dex.
Dex.
Dex
no,
check.
So okay, so it's just 20.
Midnight run.
Okay, so 21.
Dexy's midnight
As
run.
long as you
What?
work on your
Dex
bow
check.
for the remainder of the day,
Check one, check
you'll
two,
add
Dex
range
check,
to it.
Dex check
And
one,
when you're done,
check,
we'll
check, check.
we'll do that. Maggot, you come out of the Nightshade's spa chamber.
Mhm.
Towel, all glossy and beautiful. You don't see anyone else here but Talia, who's over just kind of
The pink goblin.
hanging out with the little pink goblin and the elven folk, the ward. Talia, you look up to see Maggot come out of the room. He's stone cold sober. He's got a robe on, a towel wrapped around the top of his head, but he's still wearing his sneakers. He comes out, his sneakers like squish, squish, squish as he comes out of the spa chamber, Nightshade spa chamber.
With socks?
I get
No,
dressed.
He
always
never wears
wears
socks.
Yeah, he never wears socks.
Not with those toenails.
Through the socks.
They're leggings at this point.
At this point, you
No, the
two
socks.
and the ward and
That's right.
Cassandra are the only ones in the common room at this point.
Okay.
Nightshade has gone off to prepare for you guys to are prepared to implement Baruch's plan potentially to use the airship as a diversionary tactic, but she needs to check on a few things before she wants to take that risk. The plan was to, no matter what, leave back for the airship sometime in the morning once you guys have a plan in place.
Okay. So I got some time.
Yeah, at this point, it's like
You just want
I think
to see
it's
their
like-
faces.
you guys came across the original airship and everything like midday, I think,
Okay.
and you arrived at Bastion.
So it's like the evening
like
time
like
now,
yeah, it's like evening right now,
Okay.
early evening.
coming down from my high.
Yep.
Well, I get on one of the discs and I go, take me to the menagerie.
He's gonna go make some bat babies.
I need a mount.
The disc like just takes you to the very top. You look down, and you could see Takit step out of a doorway, and he goes down and steps into another room.
Just kidding.
Like 92 points of force
Yeah,
damage.
this copper piece is going to go through the
Your
top
whole
of
head
your
just caves
Yeah.
in.
The coin will go through your head.
As you get to the very top, It is a round landing, and there are cage doors all around you. 36 cage doors with a variety of exotic animals.
Let's see. Aardvark. Bat. There it is.
Yeah, you come over, and there's it's actually bigger than Belfry.
Okay.
It's more of a giant bat. So as it inverts hanging upside down, it'd be the equivalent size to a large eagle.
Okay.
So it's about twice the size of what Belfry used to be.
Okay.
Oh,
So you essentially could attempt to try to convince this giant bat to be agreeable to
Yeah,
you.
I'll say hi to it.
Give me animal handling, if you would, please.
Okay.
That's the Christmas present.
Nasty.
Oh, nice.
21. Noise.
21. It kind of drops from its inverted perch. Its huge wings kind of, does that weird kind of
weird walk.
squat walk over to you, and its face and its just kind of looks at you.
How would you like to go with me and fly around and be free?
Okay, it's fine.
Is it north? Is it talking?
You speak bat.
Oh, I speak bat.
That's right. You speak bat now. You're cursed. You're basically a bat.
Are you a true bat or are you a werebat?
Don't know what a werebat is. What is
Okay.
that?
Do you change forms to that of a humanoid, or do you stay in bat? Are you always a bat?
I'm pretty sure I'm always a bat.
Okay, great. What's your name?
Bat.
Okay, your name's Belfry now.
Okay, Belfry. Sounds great.
Okay, I open the gate.
You open it. Flies off.
Okay. Okay.
Bugs out.
Talia, you can hear wing flappings. Watches a large bat come swooping down and perches up on one of the large pieces of furniture. It's huge. The furniture shakes and wiggles, and
I go back downstairs.
it's staring at the small child. Its little tongue
It
forking
does
out.
look like She does look like a pinky.
You watch as Maggot comes back down in the common room.
What'd you do?
Oh, hang on a second. I go to the pantry, like, goat, please, live. Okay. Here you go, Belle.
Just like shreds it, starts slurping down the meat.
It's like a scene from Starship Troopers.
It's like a
Second
murder
Episode.
scene in the middle of the common room.
In the common room.
Hey, everything's
You
got
watch
meat.
as Nightshade comes running out. The fuck was? What?
That's my bat. That's Belfry.
You know how long it's taken me to collect all those animals up there? A
Oh.
long time. A long fucking time, you little green shit.
He said I was done being in a cage.
Were you my spa?
Yeah.
She goes running over to her doors, throws them open. There's shit floating in my spa. It's not a toilet.
At least it's solid. I can scoop it out if you want. I mean, I didn't mean to.
She just
I was in the
turns
effects of some
around.
drugs.
She just
I'm just so relaxed.
So,
She just
I
turns
just got
around.
so relaxed.
She's got this truly despondent look on her face, like she's made the biggest mistake of her life. And she goes back into her study to work on the plans.
Just that every phase that like every
Yeah.
manga and anime uses is
Yeah.
just
Can you please treat this better than your bedroom?
I didn't know I was pooping. I was just floating.
No more
I
drugs.
felt super relaxed. The waters had some kind of weird effect on me. My bowels
Right,
loosened
with some
up.
Water.
Then you
lubricated and
cured
stuff.
disease after the hero's feast.
Yeah, felt wonderful. When I peed, it didn't burn like a head of a
Don't
match.
pee in her spa.
And then something something came out the back end. I don't know. I mean, I'm still in the throes of some drugs. I'm sorry.
It's a chocolate bar.
Well, she's like, pulls a used condom out of the back of his pants.
No more drugs.
That'll-
It's like the size of an ogre cock.
with a load in it.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
I thought that was Hans.
Oh.
Hans was in the condom. It was
Oh yeah, it was.
Hans.
What was
It was a
all
It was a
hobgoblin.
hobgoblin. Yeah, it was a
With a,
hobgoblin. That's true.
All of Hans was in the condom.
What?
Yeah, he's like gives bird. He's all.
God, that's right, the naked gun. I believe in using protection.
Cast protection, covered in like a giant magical condom.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
Protection from evil.
Now I was thinking more like
The sour Skittles.
when the Ace Ventura he comes out of the rhino.
So is that what you're
So Talia and Maggot are back together.
Yeah.
Is this one going to be as well behaved as the other belfry?
Oh yeah, this one's actually a bat.
That doesn't
Not a
answer
lying,
my
cheating
question.
whore.
But at least your
Not
lying, cheating
lying,
whore
cheating
wasn't
whore.
eating us. Is this one going to eat us?
Did it eat you? It wanted to, but I gave it a goat.
That does not instill confidence.
It'll be fine. I'm gonna let it fly around and feed like I did with Belfry. Lying, cheating
Still
whore.
does not instill confidence.
Well,
You're
you're gonna have to just deal with it. You got
Tell it if it starts
got your
to
pet cat
tries-
or whatever.
Tell it, tell it
I'm
if
sure
it
you'll have
starts
one
to
soon.
eat-
What?
She has an owl.
You have a wooden owl? Okay. Yeah, you have your wooden owl. We don't make a big deal about that feeding on us.
I'm gonna let it feed on you next time.
Did my raven turn into a fae when we came inside?
Mm-hmm.
What does it look like?
Or
Little fairy?
It went away
Oh, okay. Oh, it popped.
It's like in the microwave.
because of the anti-magic effect for.
It looked like
The
Miss
effect
Piggy
of
and
Bastion.
Kermit's
Got
offspring.
dismissed.
Okay, well, tell your bat that if it tries to eat us, we will not be happy about that. It might hurt it. Okay, we'll hurt it.
Yeah. My name's Paul, and that's between you all. I don't know what to tell you about that.
They fall.
You know, a lot of
All
times
right,
what
well,
happens
I
is
mean, you didn't care.
a lot of times what
what
happens-
Owl, so I'm gonna kill this owl.
like what
That's
happened
bad. Sorry.
is most of the time what they do is they wait for you to go to sleep and they just feed on your ankle for a little bit, and they have the stuff in their saliva that kind of numbs the air. You don't even know what's happening. So
It's not a vampire bat.
It's a regular bat. It macerates the world and eats meat.
I do know that. It's not a vampire bat.
you got my word. It's not going to feed on
I don't
you.
want your word. I want his word.
Since you know something to poke with.
Hey Belfry. Hey Belfry.
Comes over. His whole front is covered in goat blood.
Oh.
There's like little bits of meat. He's got his little claws out and picking at the meat, and then he's starting to preen and clean himself. His big tongue coming out and cleaning
You have
himself
to
off.
promise not to eat any of my friends.
Do you have friends?
Okay, let me reword that. My companions here.
No, just the ones here. The small child, the elf,
Well, if I point some out, okay, yeah,
the bird.
Don't eat any people unless I
Yeah.
tell you.
yeah, I know how they
I'm
are
gonna
tasty.
kill him.
But
You can't hear this.
you can't hear this. You just hear
I
high
see.
pitched
Yeah,
screams.
Yeah, you just hear high pitches and squeaks.
Yes, but he's looking at me and licking his lips.
Or he's just cleaning himself off.
You hear.
You know what? Give me an insight check.
just-
See if you can figure out what the conversation between him and
You
Maggot
just
is.
hear this.
Natty 20 for a 27.
Yeah, you look like a chicken fried dinner when he
Right.
looks at you. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill him.
You're not gonna kill him. He's my pet. He's my.
You killed your last one. What do you care?
No, I didn't kill a bat. I killed a lion.
Which was your bat?
person
You'd like tone down the rhetoric.
Which was
who
your
lied
bat?
to me
Uh-huh.
about everything,
Which was your bat?
who wasn't even that hot.
What the what does that have to do with anything? It was your bat. Why would you want a hot bat?
No, it wasn't
Have
my
I
bat.
finished?
Belfry was my bat, and Belfry,
I really wanted to know.
she took
Don't
Belfry's
think the bat's
place
hot.
and made me believe it was Belfry. And
You didn't even notice the difference when they swapped. How is that any different?
because she told me. She should have just stayed a bat.
You're the one that wanted her in here.
Why are we getting into this argument anyway?
Because your bat's gonna try and eat us.
Your bat, my bat's not gonna eat you. Calm down. God, you're so anti-pet.
Why don't you kill it? I'll reanimate it.
I'm gonna go to the
Why don't you kill it? I'll reanimate it and we'll have a giant
Oh my God.
bat zombie for all.
Ooh, I could kill it,
Please
you
don't.
could reanimate it, and then we'll have a giant zombie.
Now I can't speak for him when you start talking bad about wanting to kill him because he's gonna have to defend himself.
I'm gonna kill your bat. And then I'm gonna kill you.
Alright, go on some that.
It kind of like backs away with its wings and claws and lets out a large stack of guano on the ground and flies up to the next level and then flies up to the next level and gets about 5 or 6 levels up and then crawls underneath one of the overhangs and just hangs there. Kind of wraps itself up in its wings looking down.
You need to clean that up. And the blood.
And like
And
where the
the
goat
shit
was,
in
Not my shit. Not
there's
my
like
blood.
there's like the outline of a goat,
Now, if
but
you want
no
me to go
goat and
scoop
just
my
blood
float-
splattering
Now, if you want me
everywhere.
to go scoop my floater out of the spa, I'll do that because that's
Out
mine.
of the spa, your pet mess.
Isn't there a maid here that can just clean this up?
You watch as this silhouette of a ghostly apparition shows up. Yeah, can I?
Can you
Right
clean up
away.
this carcass and the big pile
There's
of
no
crap?
carcass, it's just
And there's also a floater in the spa. That's my bad.
Okay, I shall comply. And you watch as the silhouette, the invisible servant, kind of just starts spending the next hour cleaning up your mess.
Awesome.
Part of this.
I think somebody's gonna go get the boy. Bring in the young man. To Keith, you get down to the 32nd floor. It lets you off.
Discoveries and things.
And as you enter into the chamber, doors open. There are just heaps and stacks of lots of like low-level oddities, you know, things that look like they're simple charms, simple enchantments, protective cases and carriers. You can see a stack of book-sized boxes that look to be just protective cases. They have a lock mechanism on them. You kind of pull one off. It looks like it'll fit your book, and if you want to, you can put arcane lock on it and give it a pretty strong measure of protection.
Okay. I need that spell then.
Do you have that spell?
Do you know?
I didn't think of it.
I was looking to see if there's any,
Yes, for.
can I request something from this room?
That's what-
Doesn't seem like it works that way. It feels like her storage of things that she comes to when she might need something,
Okay.
but it's nothing.
It's her kitchen drawer.
Yeah, basically she has a room for her kitchen. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll get a very nice protective box, and then I'll go up and learn arcane law.
That's the same in my book.
Can I tweak the spell so that to open it I have to cast the cantrip Vampiric Touch on it?
Sure, we'll make that your password.
Cool. That's what I do.
Okay.
That's how I spend the rest of the evening.
Okay.
Before the long, short rest.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do before settling into the long rest?
I want to explore some.
What do you want to do?
I'll go up to. I like books. I'll go up to books.
Okay, head up to the library.
Yeah.
Maggot?
I'm gonna go talk to the pink goblin.
She is sitting on the couch drawing.
Shitting?
We already did that.
The ward is sitting there, keeping an eye on her. As you come over, she closes the book, shakes her head, and you look better.
Yeah, I feel better.
You look better.
Thanks.
Both inside out.
What are you?
I'm a goblin.
Oh, my aunt and uncle had goblins.
Yeah.
Well, I probably shouldn't talk. I shouldn't talk about it. It's not nice.
Why?
They worked in the salt mines.
The goblins?
Yeah.
That's a good job for a goblin.
Oh, wasn't a job, but that's okay.
Oh, they were slaves?
No, not exactly. They were working. My uncle said that they were working off a debt to society.
Oh, yeah. We often have to do that.
How come? Is there something wrong with you?
No, kind of just.
My auntie says, she says that they're a mess.
Yeah,
Make bad choices, don't you?
sometimes.
I can tell you make a lot of bad choices.
Yeah, especially when it comes to who you serve.
You mean like when you serve someone dinner or a cup of
Yeah,
something to
when
drink?
When you have a job and the person's your boss,
What's your job? What do you do?
you don't even want to know.
No, I do want to know.
I do my master's shit work.
The ward kind of looks at you. That's goblin language for he doesn't like to do work that other people don't like to do. How? What do you mean? I think it means he's got to wipe his master's ass, is what it means.
No, it doesn't mean that.
He said shit work.
Oh god,
Elves are literal people. Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know any.
You know me, I'm an elf.
Yeah, you're the first one I met.
Really? So they don't have elves or humans in this world?
No, you're freaks.
Oh.
I thought this was a pink goblin with a skin problem.
They both laugh at each other. Well, she laughs up at the ward and she looks over at you and laughs. I'm not a goblin. I'm a person.
Okay. Yeah, I do like
These goblins aren't people.
Not according to the cargo.
I do jobs for my master that nobody else wants to do.
Unsavory.
Protecting them, making sure nobody takes advantage of them.
Guy
Maybe
you work
offing
for?
a few people.
Is he
here
the
and
one
there.
with the mask?
Yeah,
Why does he wear that mask?
I don't know, but the last guy he looked at turned to stone, so he probably wears it to protect all of us.
Oh. Can I show you a picture? I drew it. I think I drew it like a week ago. Can I show it to you?
Sure.
She opens up the journal to one of her pages and she holds it up.
No,
It's
I'm kidding.
no, it's you guys fighting near the lake shore.
I look at it closely.
Yeah, you close and it's the knolls. It's a silhouette picture of everybody in the fight, but it's somebody doing this with a mask in his hand from behind, and then you see the creatures
Like
in
the
front of him.
ray,
Yeah, like
right?
turned to stone.
Like a ray coming out of his face. Oh, I like this.
Oh, you can have it. She perforates it out and hands it to you.
Oh, I'm gonna put it on my refrigerator.
It's a refrigerator. Is that like a
No, I'm gonna keep it. It's really nice.
refrigerator? Is
Maybe
that
you
like
can- Maybe you can do one of me riding my bat.
okay?
That'd be cool.
I can do one of you riding your bat.
It's on
Right.
fire.
Bat's gonna be eating him.
Yeah. No, that's not what he meant by writing.
So what do you?
Yeah.
Why are you guys here?
Well, he was supposed to be babysitting me, and somebody took us without our permission. And then, where we were being kept, someone else took us. We went through a round thing. The ward puts his head on her shoulder. We were kidnapped. Another group tried to kidnap us, and we ended up going through a portal. When we went through the portal, we ended up in some strange place with Nightshade. She took possession of us, paid an exorbitant fee to someone. However, when she was transporting us, hobgoblins and gnolls intervened. We were then taken, and she got us back. She was given some information by a contact in Sundered to take us to him. And unfortunately, then when we were on the airship, getting prepared, waiting for you and the others before we headed up to Sundered, we were attacked by something. We fled down the tree, met up with Nightshade, and she led us to Bastion, and we've been here since.
So where's this portal at?
Not really sure.
I mean, did you travel north, south, east, west?
Blindfolded, gagged.
Oh. Okay.
I know it was a long journey. Place had a very distinct iron, blacksmithing, industrial smell. Nightshade said she thought maybe we were in Char,
Oh,
based on how I described it to her.
okay.
Evidently, she has many contacts, and she does a lot of business in Char.
So you're not worried about what's going to happen to you?
How can I worry? What's worrying going to get me? I can only hope that the next opportunity that we're presented gives us a chance to escape. But I don't want my ward injured, so I'm cautious.
Yeah.
Keep my eye on her, make sure she's safe. As I was ordered to do.
Who ordered you to keep her safe?
A very dear friend of mine. It's not important.
Well, is she important?
Is my ward important? Of course she's important. But sharing the name, I don't see how that helps you or me. It doesn't change our
I want to
situation.
know the
any.
story.
The stories are to be told to those that are trustworthy. No offense, but watching your pet eat a goat in the middle of somebody's living room doesn't lend a lot of trust in my eyes.
You ever have a horse?
No, I use magic to travel. Horses are smelly and difficult to deal with, so no.
You ever have a pet?
That's really not really a fan of pets.
Well, everything's got to eat. Don't hold it against them.
It just looks at you. I understand the feral nature of creatures and their carnivorous intent, yes. Just a little uneasy when it looks at my ward as if she's a French fry.
No, that's why I got him a goat.
But what if you're not there to give him a goat? What if you're out gallivanting around doing whatever it is that goblins do here and it gets hungry?
No, I'm sending it away so you'll feed. Don't worry about it.
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm good at persuasion. Not very good at persuasion. But I got an
Used
18.
that he thinks he controls the bag.
19?
18.
13? Well, I suppose it doesn't
Hey, you can do that. You can't do that.
make too much of a difference if I tell you. Her parents go by the name of Percy and Vexelia.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Truth of it.
Okay.
And like you look over and she like plays with her hair a bit to move, and that's the first time you know she's got slightly pointed ears. she's
The kid?
more human looking. You could sense a bit of
The kid, you mean?
yeah.
It's a quarter elf.
You get the feeling that the kid's got some elven in her as well.
Mhm.
Some elven features, some elven outlines.
Okay.
You have any elven you? Would you like some?
Like some, you have any undead necromancy in you?
Would you like?
Would you
some?
like a little?
bit?
What's left of it?
So you arrive up at the library, Talia. Doors slide open. 2 sitting chairs. About 20 feet in, just celestial energy and vastness in front of you.
I don't see any books.
Globe appears alongside you. Telepathically taps into your mind. What can I get you? Any particular interest that you require?
Skulls.
A room full of skulls.
An anti-bat field.
An anti-battlefield.
I'm still trying to think. What would she? I mean, Callista wants to, add to her spell list, but
Of course she does. Bags of holding? Wait a minute. And a pet.
Bags of holding and a chocobo.
Like as soon as you say that, like it floats back in with a note pinned to it. Maggot says no.
that's a bit up here.
Megan says no way. No fucking way.
I would like a book on making healing potions.
Comes back with a alchemy book. The greater understanding of basic and moderate alchemy creation. It's got everything from beginner to moderate level potions, including elixir ingredients and how to and everything inside of it.
We're going to make some potions. At least we're going to attempt to.
Globe kind of
You'll
pulses.
try to
Floor 52 has a fully functioning alchemy lab, if you require it.
Thank you. I'm going to go to floor 52.
Globes in, your door's shut, get on the rise, takes you up to floor 52. Doors slide open, and it's the sound of burbles and gurgles and kind of like, a full-blown lab. You can see just stacks and stacks of shelves with all manner of componentry on it. 2 or 3 different working tables that seem to be designed specifically to work on alchemy. You can see mortar and pestle and kind of like glass rods and glass tubes and things made for specific functions within alchemy. Everything you need here as components. This is an advanced alchemy lab, so you may not have information in the book for the full features of the lab, but definitely feels like your basics should be here.
Okay. Oh man, I had arcane components, not alchemy components. So, all right, diagonally. I am going to open up the book and start looking through and figuring out which potions I want to make.
Give me an investigation roll.
Guidance myself.
That's a
So 18 plus. You said investigation? 18
Yep.
plus 6.
24. You hear a familiar voice. Your owl begins to animate. I'm glad we're out of the common room. I don't know what she has down there, but I don't like it.
It's just in the common room?
I think so. I'm able to work up here. I think when you go into magical spaces, the arcane outcomes are a bit different. Like, we're not really attached to the tower right now. But you look out, the doors are shut behind you.
There was a door.
Yeah, but I don't think the magic in this place works that way.
Oh.
Watch as he flies off your shoulder. Lands on a table. What are you working on?
I want to make potions.
What kind of potions are you going to make?
I haven't decided yet. I was looking through the book.
He like watches you thumb through the book. The first half of the book is all about making 3 varieties of healing potions. Healing salves, healing elixirs. The second half of the book is made up of how to make restorative potions.
Ooh, restorative potions. What does it restore?
Lesser restoration effect for the most part.
Lesser restoration.
The tail end of the book describes curing disease, as well as curing poison.
Ooh, curing poison would probably be good. We're bound to get poisoned at some point.
You watch as the owl flies over to a different table. You watch as a glass beaker levitates, pours into a ceramic jar. You then watch as 2 ceramic containers float down to it.
I've seen him do this before.
No.
Oh.
The corks come out, little pinches of ingredients. You watch as the pestle moves in the mortar by itself.
Do you want me to do that?
Oh no, I've done this before. Just give me a moment.
Okay.
And for the next 10 minutes, he's just working on something. And then a small leather bag comes over and the ingredients come out in like a fine powder into the bag. And then the bag ties itself and floats over to you to float in front of you. Look, we have to be very careful. When we get to Sundered, we can't let certain people understand what we are.
Okay.
So, if we do make it to Sundered, you need to take that.
You mean I have to eat it?
Yes, unfortunately.
Does it taste bad?
Probably it's a series of components and compounds. It's designed to allow you to turn into anything you want for 24 hours. Anything other than what you are.
So you mean not an Aarakocra?
Correct.
Oh. What should I be?
Anything that's not an Aarakocra.
Like an elf?
No.
Oh.
No, they don't know what those are here. Don't do that.
Oh.
Not a human either.
Not the pink goblin?
No, if you turn into a human, they will incarcerate you. You do not want to do that.
Okay, not the pink goblin. And not an elf.
Maybe, well, if we end up at Sundered, goblins are very popular and they're typically very welcomed in Sundered.
Will it also make me shorter?
It will make you shorter, yes.
Okay, because the disguise spell it doesn't make you shorter.
No, that just alters your appearance for a certain period of time.
Okay. So, what do I call this on my character sheet?
It is polymorph self, but it lasts for 24 hours. It's a polymorph self powder.
Powder of polymorph self?
Which means you can't give it to anyone else.
Means I can or can't?
Can't. Only you can
made
use it.
specifically for you.
Polymorph self. Is it one?
It's a drug personally.
One use.
Oh, fuck off.
You watch as Talia takes out the powder, takes out a little card.
Oh, yeah, right to the head, bitch. Take it to the head.
Turns into nightshade.
Maggot perks up. What? I just heard someone sniff something through a straw.
I could make myself
Give
look like
me
myself.
a wisdom check as you try to figure out how the ingredients list in the book is organized.
You said wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
13.
The book's a little complex for you, but you come across a section of just like regular healing potion ingredients that you pick up on. You look up, see the 4 separate ingredients on the shelf. You kind of assemble everything on one of the laboratory tables. Give me, if you want to try to rewrite the ingredients into a separate book to make it a little bit more, easier for you to read, give me a performance check as you write out the ingredients.
Dirty 20.
Okay. I'll lower the DC. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand as you begin to assemble all the ingredients and try to get the brew right.
22.
You make 1 dose of regular healing potion at the end of your night. You were working on your armor, so you now have studded leather armor.
Okay.
Your bow has an extra 60 feet of range on your bow. Your brother, whenever you guys are wearing the trench coat, you have a +1 to your armor class because of adding the protection in the arms.
Armor trench coat.
Any last minute things you guys want to do before settling into a long rest?
We're gonna go up to the menagerie.
We want to go to the match.
I'm looking for a chocobo.
I want to go to the menagerie too.
Wait, I go to the.
What have I started?
I'll seek out Nightshade.
Yeah, I want to look. Actually, I want to find.
You're going to go find Nightshade? Okay.
You're gonna put this in this healing potion cookbook. We don't get to keep the books that we took out of the library.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay. So we can.
Mm-hmm.
You could just make a cheat sheet book.
So just alchemy
I want the
potion cookbook.
Play
You can't
Goblin.
read.
Play Goblin, 1459 to 1642. The complete centerfolds in a book. No, I'm just kidding.
As you look at each book, it's exactly the same goblin in every single one.
Oh, that's what you think, human. But we can tell the difference.
You're like, oh, the late 80s, everything was so furry. So much goblin hair.
Yeah.
So it's 3 healing potions, lesser resto, and neutralized potion.
Before they started using the
So
shocking
it was the
grasp
ingredients
spell.
for regular healing, or the how-to for regular healing, greater, and superior. Those felt very
Nice.
complex and difficult to understand. Lesser restoration and cure
I collect the
disease or
vintage,
cure poison are all the
calendars.
ingredient,
Pure disease.
are all the different chapters and
Yeah.
like state sales.
Who knew shocking
Right.
grasp would have
And then,
other benefits?
And I like working on
That'll be 100 gold pieces, please.
National Geographic, yeah.
none of those.
Oh.
Oh, the back crack? Okay. Just one thing today. Whoosh. Won't grow for 6 months, guaranteed. I got a new business you can open up.
How'd you make it into a landing strip?
No problem. Heart?
Wait. Just a little bit of
Whoosh.
little wax.
No wax.
Just
It's all
wax.
shocking grasp.
It's all
No, no,
shocking
no, no.
grasp.
You
For
use
burning
the- you
hands.
use the wax.
Oh,
Painter's
no.
tape. Painter's tape.
No, you just use like candle wax to keep it from igniting.
Oh, gotcha.
I always think he's like fascinated by like all the roots they found on the boat. What if maybe he can try to add something on the can't do it now, but maybe he can find a book about it.
Rune crafting.
About crafting.
Sure.
I'll take them up to the library
Okay.
because I'm looking for her.
Globe.
Menagerie.
The globe comes out, goes back in, comes out with a book about the basics and understandings of runecraft.
The feeding and care of bats. Let's see.
Bring it with. We'll just bring it with.
Yeah.
But
How to kill a giant bat. Where did Maggot find that bat? Because I don't know what it's called.
Nothing happens. You hear 3 voices from behind you, and you see Baruch and the two. As they're going up, you just hear them yell, "Menagerie!" on the way up.
Tell me where they're going.
All of you are now at the very tippy top, and there's one cage door that's open, and there's just a variety of animals here.
Where's like, hey, there's some books for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're really
Text
preachy.
preachy.
Oh, sounds like my kind of books.
Sorry, it's arcane.
The basics and understanding of rune crafting.
Heaven has no soul.
An idiot's guide to rune crafting.
Rune crafting for dummies.
Yeah, rune
It's
crafting
got a
for
picture of a
dummies.
goblin on it, scratching its head.
Suspiciously like maggot.
No, it's like goblin images are like the equivalent of the internet's free images that you could just use for anything.
You mean the astral plane?
What are the
Or
names-
yeah.
what are the names of your
There's
books?
only goblin memes. Nobody else.
Yeah.
Heaven has no soul.
Like if you want like an idiot, you put a goblin up there.
Like the heavens have no soul, right?
Huh?
Was it the heaven has no soul or
Yeah.
heavens?
The heavens have no souls.
And the second one was the
Prophetic,
souls.
the prophetic soul.
Which you have neither.
I'm a ginger, so yeah.
That's true.
And
Hey, only a ginger can call another ginger a ginger.
What'd you say, Ginger?
Only a
Ginger.
Ginger. You heard that song?
Butt
Yeah. Best South Park episode
It's
of the
only
world,
like,
man.
like a ninja. Can you call another ninja?
Night of the
ninja?
Ginger. I love that episode.
my brother was like, bro, we're watching this. He made I'm like, I've seen it. We're watching it again.
No, there's a song. I don't know if Bill knows it. I think Bill, you turned me on to that one, right?
Bill turns you on.
Only
Yeah.
a
Bill
ginger
turns
can
you on
call
to a lot of
another
things.
Tim
ginger.
Minchin.
Was it?
Tim Minchin.
Tim mentioned.
What was it, the Kick the Ginger song?
His Pope song is
The
the
ginger
best
song.
in the
It's
world.
awesome.
Have you seen
What's
the
that?
Pope?
I said you had
The Pope
something.
song? Oh my.
Oh, we did.
Bill turns you on also. All right. Menagerie. Pets.
Then you get up there. I mean, other than the one cage door being open, there's probably another 24 cages of various sizes. Small, medium, large, depending on what you're looking for.
I want something small.
Small? I mean,
That'll fit in my pocket.
okay.
Sugar glider.
What's
There's
the name of your last one?
you find a cage full of about a dozen ferrets.
don't eat it. Don't eat it.
Oh, come on. You're going to have bat food as a pet? You're just asking for it?
Perfect. You're looking at the ferret and the owl like is in your ear. Oh, that'll drive Maggot insane. You should definitely get a ferret. Put a little T-shirt on it that says "I'm food."
I heart food.
I heart
No,
food.
I heart bats.
Yeah, I heart bats. Yes, we can let it play with its bat.
I don't want the bat.
Oh, whoa! It will drive Maggot insane. I like it when you drive things insane. It makes me feel better about myself. I feel stronger when you make people insane.
Oh, okay. Well, we definitely
I
should
walk
do that.
behind her and I like there's like probably a kid with like dire wolves in it. I'm like, hi puppy.
Snapped it.
Like the first direwolf that looks at you, it's got like that scarred blind eye.
Yeah. Like
Half
an
of its
alpha.
teeth are broken. Its jawline is kind of like slightly crooked. It's got patches of hair, and it kind of walks over and
Buried in the backyard.
Healing word.
it doesn't change its form any.
Making sure it's healthy.
Give me animal handling.
Just
I'm
want
gonna
to
see
just
if
see
any
a bunch
of
of
the
bones
ferrets
to chew on.
like.
They're all like
Which one of you wants to come home with me?
they kind of realize you're a really large bird. They all start to slowly slink away from you. Give me animal handling as you're trying to coax them into accepting you. 19. It like sniffs at you and
It's actually not terrible.
just kind of sit.
Good boy.
I mean, it's very confused by you because you're either made up of many parts of his favorite chew toy or you're an actual human. it's not smart enough to really know the difference
Reach
per
into my
se.
pack, pull out a ration that I'll never eat.
Yeah.
Even though I like to eat.
Eats it and swallows it down.
Good boy. Good boy.
Don't take the dog. I know from experience how
So-
hard it is to get a
A shot.
dire wolf places.
I know. I had a warg in a game. It was great. It was horrible.
What
I had
what'd
to
you roll?
beat it because it ate
Dirty
it.
20. Most of the ferrets back away. There's one particular ferret that's like sitting and looking at you.
I knew he was going to say it.
It's got like cross-eyed.
It's been dropped on its head.
There's a long drool coming out of the corner of its mouth. And you just hear the owl go in your mind. The owl goes, "Oh, that one's perfect. Get that one."
Please tell me there's a glass panel. It's just licking the panel.
Oh no, it's worse than that.
It's eating its own food.
I was gonna say. That's what I was about to say. It poops and then surprised it's there and eats it.
It's like you try to coax it and talk to it. It looks away from you and like goes in a separate direction. Looks as if it's looking through the bars. And you just see the backside of it. It eventually gets bored, starts kind of circling around, and just kind of falls asleep.
All right.
You reach in, pull it out, and it gets up and just looks at you. It just like crawls into your feathers, and you can just feel it slightly breathing and sleeping, tucked into your feathers.
In my arm. Okay. Any other small creatures?
I mean, there's small birds, snakes. There's squirrels and chipmunks, and just like the kind of basic garden variety of a collection of someone who's just been traveling a lot and collecting small animals.
Okay.
Although
My small animal.
Cereal.
a lot of those small animals are aggregated where the large bat was, but like they were in separate cells by the large bat. They might have been food
Feeders.
for the large bat.
Feeders.
Yeah, the ferret's
Oh my
probably
God.
not food.
Probably.
Well, that
Like
means
their
she won't miss
cage
it.
goes down to a tube with a ball on the end.
What was he getting into?
He found this leaf on the floor.
What's up there, buddy?
I'm a leaf on the wind.
I have a ferret now.
Plastic.
Do you want to let the dire wolf out?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm idiotic. I'm not stupid.
Takeda, as you get down to the very bottom, and no one's around at this point, the ward and Cassandra are gone, probably headed off to their room by now. The others are off doing their own thing. You can hear Nightshade nattering to herself in the study. She's got a couple maps out. She seems to be taking notes and talking to herself, and she stops for a moment. Yes, Takit, what would you like to talk about?
Just a moment of your time.
Please come sit down. Would you like a drink?
No, thank you. I usually don't.
Yeah, she goes, after what your friend Maggot did to my spa, I will require a drink. She goes and sits in the chair and pours a big, tall glass of like a golden liquid that she begins to sip at. Well, please, at least sit down. Some decorum, don't you think?
Thank you.
Of course.
It tastes like a very large.
Do you know who I am?
I do
Anything
not.
About my past.
I do not.
Have you been to a place called Danica?
I have been there on multiple occasions when I'm in mind of gathering supplies for certain jobs I may have. You see, in a massive grave site such as that, you can harvest deathbane and other poisonous and noxious ingredients to concoct certain chemicals that I use for certain reasons.
Do you happen to know when it became that?
Well, its proximity to Centerport might have been sometime after the Great Wars between the East and West when the peace was called. I don't know, maybe 500-600 years ago.
Interesting. Thank you.
Well, keep in mind, there have been many attempts to have settlements there. None have ever been successful. The graveyard, the ground, all sour from what had happened. Most of the time, people move on and try to settle in other places. You have to get permission from the council at Centerpoint to allow access to the village. Fortunately for me, I have magical means to travel, so I don't need to worry about such formalities.
Interesting.
Why do you ask? You seem very intent on this information.
I believe it links somehow with my past. Well, not.
Do you
somehow.
not know your past?
Definitely. There are pieces missing. There are pieces of me that are no longer there, I think.
I've been meaning to ask you, why do you wear that mask?
I was told, out of character, please correct me if I'm wrong, that the mask is called the Visage of Hope. And I just learned last night, or the other night, that my face, unshielded, can cause people harm.
Fascinating.
I thought
Perhaps
so.
then if you have the effect without being able to control it, then would one say that you are cursed?
Perhaps.
How old are you? You seem strangely advanced in your understanding of things, but yet I have no sense of your age, no sense of young, old.
How old do I feel?
I mean, that's one of those faded memories. You have a kind of memory of house staff that you've had to replace multiple times. You feel old, but you don't have a sense of how old you are.
I think I'm old. I've lived in my estate for as long as I can remember.
Which is not remembering much, is it?
No. I think it might be better that I don't, to be honest.
And where is your estate? Where are you located?
What is it called? I'm sorry.
The fracture, the mire?
Yeah. The mire. In the fracture.
Ah.
What's the name of the... It has crooked finger. What is it?
In the region of the crooked finger.
Crooked finger, but I mean the place has a name. It actually has a name.
It does.
I'm looking that up.
What's the last one? 10.
What are you guys doing over there?
Seeing if my knitting roll looking dice will fit in her.
Do you think a weasel would work for a ferret? For...
Uh-huh. Be pretty much the same creature.
5. 6. 7. 8. No. Try it again.
Sorry.
9. 10. 1. 2.
The Mired Valley.
The Minor Valley, but the actual name. I can't recall what.
Well, the Mired Valley or the Crooked Finger region is made up of the capital of Centerpoint.
Valley of the Mired, village of the Shale.
Yes.
The house is called Quarters.
Yes.
7.
Fascinating. I've never been to the Crooked Finger before.
This one's 8.
I have heard it's
I've had it.
I've heard that Centerpoint is a very strange place to go to. When a
19.
family runs a city, I always find the city to be very much lacking
1.
in a sense of freedom to do what you
Yeah.
want.
1.
And
That's a
entitlement.
14. That's a 14.
Your friend,
That's a 20.
the skeleton friend, is he magic construct or sentient?
2.
Yes,
59.
he is sentient, and I did something to restore him to his current state.
I'm intrigued by his plan. What do you think of his plan for the diversion tactic? Do you feel like it could work?
Let me give it some serious thought. Would that
Comes
be
down to a roll of dice for
investigation
you.
or what?
Insight. Somebody likes the dice tower.
And
It's perfect for repetitive hands and brains.
Thir- 13, and I will get a little bit of the knowledge from a past
No, I
life.
think he likes the noise.
So 13, I'll get a little bit of the knowledge of a past life out of it.
Okay. The one thing that you like when Baruch puts himself at risk, it's not that hard for you to bring him back. Whatever that connection is that you have with him, he's died dozens of times. You've always been able to bring him back. As long as you have access to some kind of his remains, you're able to bring him back like a thrall, but for some reason he always maintains his sentience. The only problem is every time he dies, he loses a little bit of his identity, a little bit of his memory. And there is that fear when his memory drops to 0 and his identity drops to 0, he may not come back.
Or just become a construct.
Or he may just become a simple thrall.
He is intelligent and brave, and I've been able to return him in the past if his plans don't work.
Well, we will try it then. We will leave tomorrow back for the airship. We will put his plan in motion, use him as a diversion up towards Sundered while we make our way up a different way. The question is, how do we make our way up a different way? If he is up on the ship in hopes of calling out someone that may try to intervene with him, do we aid and capture the creature that intervenes? Or do we use the diversion as a way to make our way up to Sundered without other people's knowledge or understanding?
I don't know.
Technically, you're not there.
No, I know, but there's a reason why I wanted to go to the menagerie. What other animals
There
are
are no flying creatures.
not flying?
Oh,
He can fly.
I'm not asking for me. What other large?
the largest thing is a direwolf.
Is there only just one?
There's 2 or 3 of them.
I don't think there's a pet here for us.
There's ferrets.
I mean, there's
I don't
ferrets. And
No,
No, this is a part of the plan that I've been working on. So it just got expanded when he said menagerie. I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
So, the main plan of diversion, I think, works. I don't understand how we're going to get up there. My airship is how I flew about and moved about. I do not want to lose it, but I understand the importance of at least creating the sense of diversion so that we can make our way up to Sundered without anyone knowing we're there. Therefore, I can seek out my contacts up there and figure out how to unload the cargo and be done with it.
we can try the Sylvan rings of teleportation.
Teleportation.
Yes,
Do you know teleportation?
I saw the ring on top of that mesa that was used.
Yes, I was wondering about that. I did not use that. I used my airship. That was there when I freed the child in her ord. I don't know what made that.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That was a Sylvan transportation thing. Right?
Yeah,
That's Sylvan magic.
Sylvan magic.
Which I understand the taller creature to be.
Fascinating. You said it was a teleportation ring.
Yes, we have similar. I can do similar with the use of luminary cards. It is rather expensive, but I can use that. Are there player knowledge? Are there teleportation spots in the flying cities that I can use?
I mean,
Like a public
teleportation
one?
into a city requires that you notify them that you're coming, and they make the magic of the teleportation circle available to you. Her
Right.
problem is she doesn't want anyone to know that you're coming. So you could teleport up there, but you may not.
But we'll show up. We're going through customs.
Not exactly. You just you won't know where you're going. So there's a deviation to the spell effect. You may think of Sundered, but you end up in a different area completely, depending on how much you deviate. Now, if you have a teleportation circle that's linked with something else, like you do at home with the Crown Spire, those are designed to make it easier for you to teleport to the major city. But it's expensive because it was a predefined and pre-created, ability to move between two places. Teleportation could be difficult. It could be sketchy. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't work. It can be a little weird.
I share that information with her. And can we possibly find a smaller flying vessel of some kind?
Perhaps we could find another airship.
I've heard of flying carpets. I've read of them.
Not of my own knowledge, no. If someone is in possession of a flying carpet, they would be extremely wealthy.
And Nightshade said, Miss Nightshade, I think I have an addendum to the plan I had. If you can meet me and some of my friends up in your menagerie, please.
Oh, sweet gods. You better come with me. Your bone friend isn't my... Anyways, come with me. And before long, like about 10 minutes later, Takit and Nightshade show up, and my favorite bat. Anyways,
I'm sorry. I'll help. After all
it
I'll help
doesn't
find
matter.
anyone.
As soon as
These beautiful wolves of yours.
Oh, if you say so. I keep them around for pest control when I go to certain places.
Yeah.
Guard dogs are handy to have. They're quite good at just about eating, biting, and doing a great deal of damage to things that I don't want to be
They're
involved with.
also quite large and I believe fast, right?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give me a deck save.
I've been feeding the leader thing here rations,
I just have
doing
If
positive
you scrunch your ears,
affirmations.
I need you to make a deck save.
Nightshade.
If you want to, sure.
You know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. I might as well. I'm dumb enough to do it.
Anyway,
Sure.
I'm not paying attention to this. What if there was a way to get their full cooperation and, for lack of a better term, be like our goblin friends
Previous bat?
Bat and be mounts for you guys to travel quickly?
They don't fly.
No, but they run faster than most of us can walk.
They would be quite useless in the geyser fields, unfortunately. Getting from here to where the airship is they won't make a difference with that. Once we're on the airship and you're using it as a diversion, my challenge is how to get from the tree up to Sundered while you're the diversion.
That's what I'm saying.
Sundered is in the air,
Right.
in a giant continent floating 15,000 feet up
I'm
in
sorry,
the air.
I forgot about that. There's some issues with my biology that this dickhead fucked with that keeps me
What'd you
every
get?
time I die.
So it goes to just bite your hand and you pull it back in time before it does.
It's a pretty cool.
I go and I just bap its nose. No.
Give me a deck save.
I'm okay with that. I'm just like, it's a pretty. This is the one that's got the scar and everything, right?
Oh yeah, this is
Oh
the
my
one.
God.
Yeah.
So
This is-
pretty. I just want to keep it. Oh, hey. Wait. Ooh.
What'd you get?
24.
24. It like starts to.
No. Sit. Good boy. I double check the undercarriage. Yeah, good boy. Do right under the chin. Get that one hard in a new spot. I'm glad I don't have a nose.
What if we all went on the ship together and remained invisible?
I'm not taking the cargo on the vessel. That is not happening. Whatever was summoned, I can only assume someone in my crew turned on me. And I have no intention of giving them another opportunity at that. I've worked too hard to get them back,
Yeah, you
and there's
me,
too much
and
money
Lady Hans are
involved.
supposed to ride the boat.
If it turns
Three
out
of us.
that my contact is lying to me,
Well,
that is fine. I
the
will
rest
take
of
what they
them
have, and I will find
travel
another
with
buyer.
the cargo.
How hard would it be
Okay,
to
Nightshade.
fly up to Sunder?
Well, it would be very difficult.
Well,
It's
I was
some
forgetting that
10
Sunder
to
was in the
15,000
sky.
feet up in the air.
I was thinking that travel across land to Sunder.
The atmosphere is quite thin until you arrive on the
I'm
place
not gonna lie,
itself.
I would love
Cold
to-
wind, cold air. We would be
I know,
completely
it's a
exposed to all their ability to see. We could potentially try to make ourselves invisible and make our way up there, I suppose.
I think I want to name him Chopper.
I'm just not really entirely sure what our contact point would be. Where do we go? Who do we talk to? I can't trust this middle person. Andromeda can't be trusted unless we can find her and pull from her head what she knows.
I forgot your name,
I
please.
know, yeah.
Talia.
Talia, how far away is the other city?
Well,
Yes.
I'm not saying we're trying to like.
well, they're all the same height up in
How
the air.
far away from
Or are
Sunder?
They're usually spread out over about a week or two's worth of travel.
If we spend the time, we could travel to Atlo, and I'm sure
Wait.
there's regular flights between the two cities.
There
Do
are
those have
airships that
lifeboats?
travel between the two, yeah.
Is there a lifeboat? A skiff of some sort?
No, my vessel itself is not big enough to demand a tandem. The airship itself is not very big. My cargo hold is big because I like to smuggle supplies here and there. But other than that, no, I don't.
Just stare at her ass real quick. Ooh, nice cargo. Nice trunk. Trunk of the trunk.
Is there something wrong with your construct?
Yes and no.
Oh, very strange. I'm compelled to cast cringe, but I won't. Anyways,
Perhaps we could get right on one of the ferries from one of the different cities. Would add weeks to the time.
I am concerned about the amount of time, however. I mean, we could take the airship over to Atmo. It would take probably a week to reach it. Then disguise ourselves, and then take another airship from Atmo to Sundered, and one of the regular airships that go in between the two places. That would require another 3 to 5 days of potential travel as well.
I do prestidigitation on one of the wolves to make it turn purple. Or
What the
we
fuck?
could,
Why did you do that to my wolf?
we could disguise the ship.
I use prestidigitation and turn it back.
This guy's a towel.
Prestidigitation.
But part of my concern is whoever was summoned onto that ship may have mocked my ship.
Yes, I see.
That's
There-
why I
there-
like
there
the
is-
idea of Baruch's
there-
diversion plan. The problem is, what do we do after the diversion kicks off? What do we do? How do we go? It's a long way
Well,
to get up to Sundet.
Here's a question: is there any where my miscommunication of happened
Where are
was?
you at?
Is there
Are you
a
with us?
city near Sunder that does varying to and from it? It will be passing by. Good
Yeah.
shot.
Maybe from Char.
Those monkeys you have over in the other
Flights from Char to Sunder.
the other
They got strong
cages.
arms.
Oh, they got some good arms. What are they, Spider-Man? Anyway,
Are there
If-
flights from Char to Sunder?
There are a couple of possibilities. Sundered will be over High Point for a while in trades. We could make our way across the Crooked Finger Range, out of Char, and out of the Devil's Grin area, and down into the Unending Coast. Once in the Unending Coast, we can make our way to High Point. High Point will be in trade with Sundered for many days to come. You could take one of the many different air skiffs from High Point up to Sundered. That is one possibility. It would take us a few days to make our way over there by airship.
Days is better than weeks.
Well,
And,
this is true.
and how long would it take for us who will be piloting the airship to get to Sunday?
If we were to leave for Sundered, we would be there in hours now. For us to get to Sundered now, based on where it is, wouldn't take that long. It's
And
straight
if-
up and over.
Got it. Then what we will do to continue the idea of...
Sorry, not Sundered, but Atmo's over High Point right now. I had that in reverse.
So what we can do to continue the diversion idea. You did lose your crew. Something happened before the cargo was attained. You feel that you need to shake off a tail that may be following you.
Well, marking my boat.
Exactly.
Yes.
Speaking
You
of parking the boat,
But what we can do is, while the rest of you travel by ground to whatever city that will get to Atmo.
That is once again the problem. If we take anything by ground, it'll be days before we get there. My ship is very fast.
I
My
know,
ship
I'm
can get
saying
me-
I'll take the ship to different points. And
Yes,
will
but
take-
you're leaving out the most important problem. What if something attacks you? What if something thinks that you have cargo and you're making an escape and they decide to attack again? Whatever attacked us wiped out my crew, drove me and my cargo off the deck, and there's nothing left on my ship according to the information that you shared with me. Whatever did this was incredibly powerful and must have been a summoning spell of sorts. Something was summoned, destroyed my crew, stole the cargo, took it literally, which leads
Wait a
me
minute.
to believe of
Why don't I
devil
think
and
about it?
demonic possibilities.
I'll be right back. Library.
marking the ship, could I do a teleportation circle on the ship?
Well, there's already a summoning circle on it.
If he takes it up there, and I could place a teleportation circle on the ship,
Which is useless unless you're there to activate it.
an anchor point.
I'm trying to
It's
contact
an anchor point.
For
So we teleport up to it?
Yes.
Very, very professional.
Okay.
After he arrives, if he is not attacked, we can simply gate to where he's at.
I like that idea. I think that kind of works.
Okay.
I think that idea works very well, of course.
We could put it inside of the protected room where you're hiding the cargo.
But I don't know if that room is big enough.
Yeah, I don't know.
That room is only big enough for 1.5 peoples.
Then no.
So you're down at the library. The
Hey,
glow
Siri.
comes out.
Spells on anti
Just
Divination.
Totalitarianism?
divination or divination blocking spells and anti summoning.
Watches the globe, fades in. Comes back a few minutes later. Sorry, but this place has no knowledge of such things.
Fuck.
And once again, the library is an extension of where
She's been.
Bastion's been, where she's been, or the previous owner of Bastion's been. When it comes back without information, it merely means that it never at any point collected information in regards to what you're requesting.
Someone cleared the browser history.
No, it just
No, before
It
it
just
just looked
didn't-
in
you,
incognito mode.
you get the feeling that no one of very high arcane nature has ever owned this thing.
Hey.
That's a shame. We can change that.
That was a noise.
Non-detection.
That's supposed to be you.
Non-detection is a ranger, 3rd level ranger spell. Since you can hide a target you touch from divination magic. Wouldn't that work? That would be high level.
Well, it would,
It would work if Matt was still here.
I mean, divination magic's divination magic.
The target can't be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through magical scrying sensors.
But you can only do it to one person, one target.
Yeah.
Well, let us all sleep on this and we'll talk in the morning. I will make preparations for us to journey back to the airship. Once back at my hideout, we will make final plans from there. If no one has damaged or done anything to the airship by the time we get there, perhaps they will lose interest in us. Perhaps when they took the cargo and realized that whatever they took does not contain the possession they were looking for, maybe they will simply think I do not have it. It's always possible. They're looking as much as I am. I'm looking to meet up with the buyer. Andromeda is the one that I think is the crack in the surface of not knowing for sure what might be going on.
Well, if she is, we can always kill her.
If we could find her, I'd be okay with that. Trick is, how do we find her? Anyway,
This wand.
Money.
I will see you in the morning.
This wand. Location.
Yeah, but you have to be within 1,000 feet, don't you?
Yes, if she's in the city.
It's locate object, though.
Yeah, it's a wand of locate object.
Locate Andromeda's clothing.
Locate
That's
Andromeda
multiple objects.
panties.
Yeah, that's
Why are they all over the city?
So, as you guys settle in for your long rest and the end of day 1 after leaving the drift,
I'll be back at the
Bastion is a milestone. So you guys are now level 7.
sweet.
Sweet.
They head back
You know what's
up to the
ruined it
mast.
for us? He's probably gonna be like, I'm gonna wait for 5 more sessions.
25 more sessions before they get to level 2.
So I'll head after figure that one. I'll leave the library and be like, platter of steaks.
You're down below on the table.
Damn it. Go grab it. Head back up to the menagerie. Let's go sit in front of the dire wolves and just be like,
Tease him.
good boy.
No.
Boy.
No.
Cool.
All right. And I start.
I just give me animal handling.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Kill.
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration
17.
on my ferret.
It was born that way.
Doesn't necessarily
She
mean
got
that it
2
can't be
ferrets,
lesser.
and she's been breeding for food for 30 generations. It's inbred.
Like you touch its delicate little skull and you feel all the flat parts on its skull and you cast Lesser Restoration. Nothing
Kills
happens.
Its head turns into more of a square,
So
like a Minecraft world.
based on all the tracking and stuff that I've been doing, I've multi-classed Maggot into a Ranger, so he's now got 2 levels in Ranger.
Okay. Roll for hit points.
I did
Okay. What'd you get?
6.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Is that on a D8 or a D10?
D10.
Yeah, because he's technically martial. Yeah.
But it
Roll for hit
gives him-
points.
Oh, what am I rolling?
Gives him some.
Well, you're level 7 now.
Oh, so I could.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, for animal handling?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Oh yeah, no, I rolled a 17 for my hit points.
by the end of the evening, they're all fat and curled up on their backs and they'll sound asleep with the exhaustion of digesting meat in their bellies.
And I just
He's just farting and sleeping.
Yep.
He could care less. First time he's had that many steaks in his belly.
Yeah, I'm like, your name's Tony Chopper. Point to the other one. Your name's Cotton.
I
and
can't
your one's
wait.
Candy.
Page.
Until all of you pet loving motherfuckers do something, you forget about your pets.
I bet.
I don't know.
I bet.
You're on the
Love
phone.
to
I
have
don't know
a
what that.
But every time I want a pet, something
Managed
kills it,
cartoons.
something
Yeah,
explodes it, something eats it.
It's a dangerous world.
That's why familiar. That's why familiars are the best pets because they die. You can just.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
It's like my spirit guardian because I got nothing kills that.
And
Comes back.
what D is it for arcane?
Well, I have a
D6.
derpy
I
ferret.
think you're D6,
That's
yeah.
true, though.
You
I have a
re-roll
derpy
ones.
ferret.
It'll say by your hit points. It'll say one.
A derpy ferret and a
And the clockwork angel, couple orange
76.
owl.
the halflings wake up to their eyelids peeled, taped open. They're watching illusions of horror stories.
I'm just glad I'm the in between like full casters and marshals. I got a D8. I'm in the same realm as a ranger. Ranger cleric.
Yeah, because bards are D8s.
What remote ones, right?
Yeah, you re-roll ones.
It's really dark. 7.
Okay, there you go.
Just hiding. Oh, you do Gloomstalker. Oh, you're a Gloomstalker. Oh,
Jade's a Gloomstalker, yeah.
Well, I'm only taking. I'm taking. So I'm going to take the next levels. I'll take 5 levels of Ranger to get the 2 attacks. Then I'm going
Okay.
back to my Scout, my Thief Scout skills.
Okay.
Managing HP. So you roll.
He's-
D8.
He got a +2 to his archery. Now he's +12 to hit with a crossbow.
Plus 12. What? You don't want to roll the D8? Why don't you want to roll my D8?
And if you're on height,
I wonder
it's
why.
not a D8, that's a
And he's got crossbow.
Morning
that's a,
Star.
that's a Jolly Ranger. It's like a cow
He's got
trap. It's
archery.
like
Now he's got
a
crossbow
floating mine.
expert.
No,
Yeah,
no.
well, more importantly,
This
if he's
is like
at
a
height
floating
with
mine.
advantage, because
Right.
ranged height is always advantage. Fucking cool, man. Fucking
So I can
cool.
So I can get my sneak attacks.
Well, there
Okay, so
should
that's-
be a stat block in there for your mount.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I have a giant bat.
Okay,
As my
yep.
stat block.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the one.
I also
Okay.
pulled up
Hang
a stat block for a werebat in case, like, if I
You need
Wait a
it for
minute,
your
if I
character.
change or
I got a
something.
Yeah,
calculator
gotcha.
for this. Okay?
Okay.
Hang on. What's your
Because they also have a hybrid, like where you're half bat, half
okay? So
goblin.
you started
I
off
didn't know
with
that.
27 at what, level 3.
I mean, I don't know if I have that, but I'm just saying that
Okay.
when I read the bat, when
So-
I read the werebat, it is goblins. I never
Yeah.
knew.
Right, right.
So that's
Yeah,
kind of
you
cool.
need
I
to-
never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now I'm gonna have to like kill him as they heal me. That's a whole thing now.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. This is where we're going to finish a little early tonight because it's a good stopping point because we're going to be on a bit of a long break. Next Tuesday, we're going to have a fun little one shot with Callista, Bill.
Rachel and possibly.
Face it, everybody but me.
Possibly Mike?
Well, if we only have 3, we may not have that. May not be enough unless we can find other people that want to play with us that day. So we'll see. But after next Tuesday, we're on the long holiday break. We won't be back until the 2nd Tuesday of January. But other than that, everyone be safe, be kind, and don't forget, play a game! Yeah, it felt like a good place to stop because we're on a long rest to
Yeah.
level up and it'll make it
Level up,
easier on
level
the
up.